If you want a battle, do it afterwards on eating.
We're not gonna go, let's look at the regionals for Charlotte, what is that, NC?
Yeah, it's called Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina, that's not real.
First off...
You telling me a Carolina would be North?
The Reaper would be.
Sir?
D, come here, you gotta speak into the mic. You gotta speak into the mic.
First off, no, I don't want to skip this because something awesome happened.
We didn't even have our intro.
That's true, and we did not say... We didn't have me say, welcome to the Shady Dealings Podcast.
Hold on. Do we want to talk about this on the actual pod, or do we want to actually put for more time for more important things? Because really, all I wanted to say was
we can do our little bit for this.
Congratulations, Weezing.
Okay. Here, welcome to the Shady Dealings Podcast. I'm your host Ryan. I'm here with T. Watson, a well-known Sacramento Pokemon player.
Yeah.
And then I'm here with Anthony Mariona. Because he's supposed to go, yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
There we go.
Him crashing his vehicles into people.
Oh my god.
When you yeet.
When he yeets. Anyways, today I got a topic, but we're gonna look at. We have plenty of topics. Actually,
we're not gonna get to all of.
We're gonna talk about North Carolina. Carolina, she'd be looking a little north and not south. Because she's looking for someone. But we're talking about
that makes no sense.
Regionals.
Whatsoever.
I dropped an Earth Seal Stone. And
smooth.
Talk about it.
No.
Well, I think the biggest thing to talk about from the North Carolina regional clearly has to be Reggie's losing again.
Let's go!
Hilarious. Because not only did it lose, but it lost to one of the best underrated decks in the Sword and Shield.
The BDIF that never became real.
E-Turn Weezing.
We love E-Turn. We love E-Turn. We love Rose.
I don't care about E-Turn. I'm just happy Weezing won it.
I love Rose, bro.
To me, this reminds me of the time when I beat T with
hey, can you shut up about that?
With Gengar Weezing, and I never played a Gengar.
He really.
What deck were you playing?
Huh?
His water box.
I was playing water box, and he just went Weezing. Pass.
Damn! Congrats on your auto loss.
Right? I was like, what the heck?
Well, actually, you could just evolve into Inteleon and then just manually attach.
I tried that.
Yeah.
Oh, but it heals 130. It has 130.
And I kept hitting the hammers.
And then retreat, and then
I was like, no, he hammered me.
Yeah, I was hitting the hammers.
Yeah.
Because it
was a great time.
Yeah.
But you want to say what was actually really cool is the fact that this is probably the most diverse top 8 in a while.
Yeah, it was a pretty diverse top 8.
Now everyone.
2 E-Turns made top 8.
So we say this, but now we only have the top 8. Yeah. How much do you want to bet everything else is just Lugia? We
don't want to talk about
Lost Box, Snooze Box.
I don't think anyone cares about that. I think what people care about is the fact that Weezing, majority of the players in the community's
one
favorite
of the best cards in the game
ever. Don't listen to all the people that are sour about it, namely Finn.
No skill.
I'm playing an honest Weezing deck versus your wag-ass Lost Box deck. Get out of here.
Look, if I'm playing the game and you're not playing the game, my game plan is working correctly.
Listen, there's a certain amount of fun in every game, and I want all of it. So your unenjoyment makes me have more enjoyment.
But this is my thing, right? So when I'm playing a game, I want a great board state. And I want you to be at a huge disadvantage with your board state. I want the advantage the entire game. You know why? Because that's how I win.
Because I hate you. And
so
I want to win.
Why is it that a card like Weezing, why does it get so much hate when it's so freaking funny and so freaking good?
Was it actually getting hate?
Yeah, there's so much on Twitter right now.
I must be like, man, Weezing's such bullshit. And then them playing Lost Box. Alright, I'm gonna bully out every single prizer ever made.
Well, I think Azul was defending it. A couple other people were defending it, but it sounded like the majority of people just aren't a fan of it. And I can understand. So I can understand why, but it's not valid.
No, I don't.
They were like, it's a no skill card, and the skill is being better than your opponent, and it did just that.
No, hold on. The skill is based around how much you deck build, which brings me to my topic. I actually have a topic this week. So we were going to talk about best of 1 and best of 3. So in Japan, they do best of 1.
Yep.
And here we do best of 3. So The thing is, do you guys think that best of 1 is better, or do you think best of 3 is better?
You can go first.
I wasn't going first.
Or do you want me to
You
go
go,
first?
T.
I'm the least experienced in the TCG.
So I have an interesting take, but I'll let T go first. I'll be the last one, so that T can go. My take is bad.
Sure, I'll go first. So obviously, I think best of 3 is better because 1, brick hands happen. Probably depending on the deck, like 1 every 5 games. So if you happen to hit an opponent on their 1 brick hand that they're gonna have, and you win off of that, I feel like it just takes a lot of the enjoyment out of the game. Playing best of 3 allows you to show your skill in the game, your deck building, your technical play, all of that. I think a best of 3 really just showcases a player being at their best, or the ability to be at their best. So I think a best of 3 format is much better than a best of 1. And
So I actually like best of 1s. I think it's nice getting in there. They're fast. It's simple.
he likes going home early.
I do like going home.
going 0-2 instantly.
Yeah.
20 minutes in.
I do like going home early, but no, I guess I like it from like a sheer competitive standpoint. I know there's a lot of sports that have what is it? NBA's best of 7.
Yeah.
MLS I think is a best of as well, but from a football standpoint, which is my favorite sport and the country's favorite sport,
Terrible.
Go Niners.
That's why nobody
Everything.
likes America.
Once you get into the playoffs, it's a best of 1. There's nothing more exciting than that to me. And I don't know, it's fun. I feel like the brick hands and stuff like that, maybe it's happened to me enough to where I just have come to terms with it and understand that's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But that's exactly what it is. It's just part of the game. You'll get them just as much as somebody else, unless those other people know how to stack their deck better. But outside of that, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't, if we switched to a best of 1, I wouldn't be upset with it. But ultimately, I've always played under the idea of played a best of 3, and that one always has worked out. So I don't think I care enough.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have one more thing to add. I also think that depending on the format, whether it be best of 1 or best of 3, changes how you build your deck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Zoro would be a much better deck.
Yes,
No.
actually, yes.
I mean, a lot better would be like it goes from tier 3 to tier 2.
I was gonna say, because in Thailand, actually, it was either Thailand or Bangkok, one of the two. One of those regionals where Zoro won the regional, and 3 of them took top 8.
It was
all of that Swiss was best of 1 until top 8.
So I'll ask you this: when was that?
This is Sword and Shield.
Was this right when Lost Origin got released?
No, this is right after Lugia got released.
Yeah.
It's the same format as Lugia.
Yeah, I have no clue then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the thing is the entire idea behind deck building. I think Lost Box loses a lot more because unless you can no, scratch that, because you're able to dunk potentially with the cram.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything that you can swing and take a knockout with on turn 2 or turn 1 going second is going to be something that's going to get turboed out.
Yeah.
And yeah, Zoro would jump up a lot because right now it sucks. And like it's not good.
Yeah.
But this would then bring it back to actually being on the rankings of what's considered a good deck. Fusion Strike Mew would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lugia, I think, would lose a lot more. I think the Vikavolt decks would probably be something that are way more interesting to people.
Yeah, way more. Like,
even though it's not going to be around anymore. But I definitely. That's where I could see the huge shift in the meta.
Yeah.
And the way that things work. But like I said, I think it's cute. It's different.
Yeah.
I think the thing is that for best of, I don't really see the reason. Like, yes, there is a skill thing for best of 3, but you're playing the same game 3 times, technically speaking. You have the same deck. It's not like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic where you have a sideboard, which is what I ultimately want to talk about. That's why I brought it up. So in Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, more Yu-Gi-Oh! You have a side deck, 15 cards, which you can swap for different matchups.
Right.
What do you think about having a side deck in Pokemon?
I've said this every year I've played Pokemon, that if we were allowed a sideboard, locals wouldn't be fun for anyone. So, I think it would be a thing I think it would be a great thing, but you would have to ban some cards at that point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you like? Could you? So for example, if the Mew player knows they're going second, they could convert their deck into a Fusion Strike Mew deck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be sick?
But that's the thing. I think in that circumstance, going back to what he's saying with banning cards, you would have to ban Meloetta.
Yes. Let's go. Let's ban cards.
You would have to, because like if you
ban cards.
and maybe it's the fact that I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh enough.
Yeah.
To even when I do play, when we have Goat, I do have a side deck, but I never use it. Is like in Pokemon, if you did that with the huge advantage that you get towards type advantage and things like that, like you would have to get rid of cards that give you the ability to donk super fast, like Meloetta. You would have to get rid of other things that have broken abilities for it to even be competitively viable.
I mean, in that case, wouldn't you play differently if you're like, okay, I'm having the Mew player go first. I will now assume they are playing the Fusion Strike version, so I will play more defensively and put down 2 Vs.
But that's the thing, if you have them.
Yeah, it was like, but they could also just not do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I would say if
I was like, there's a lot of mind games that come with side decking in general, which I love.
Which also, if we're talking about Mew, oh no, I'll tech in 4 You get to tech in your Drapions now.
Mew is still the best deck by far.
Yeah.
In that regard.
For sure, but I'm saying that you can still... There are ways to counter it. You can tech in just cards that literally...
Yeah, but Mew can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Mew can play Path.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just...
Get rid of all the Mews and just play 4 Meloettas.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then you get Faba to death. Yeah, smile.
Yeah, no one... That card doesn't exist in Standard, so we don't have that problem.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you get Crushing Hammer twice and you're like...
But no,
oh my god!
I think a side deck would be...
I think it's worth
an interesting thought.
I think it's at least worth looking into, because...
I think it would have to be less than 15, though.
I think 5.
Oh, I was going to say 10.
You think 10?
Yeah.
I even think right now I've heard some...
Because it's only 1/6 of your deck, so it's a 60-card deck. You still have to prize cards.
Yeah,
so
I guess that's fair, yeah.
I think we just get rid of prizes and go straight to tokens.
Yeah, we already... Yeah. Oh, we don't... Yeah. But I was going to say, because I think genuinely... Like, some decks might actually get a lot better if you were able to, like, have a side deck.
No, a deck would actually be good.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Zoro.
Why would... No, seriously, explain.
So this is the thing. Zoro has the ability... So, like, if you're playing somebody and you play the first game and you realize that they're using Mew and you've had a Gardevoir in your deck the entire time, well, now you can switch it over and play the Hawlucha.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, Zoro, because of the way that it plays and its style, it's versatile enough to where it could benefit from something like that, but that's the only time that you would see it be somewhat beneficial, because you have to build it for certain matchups, and you can't build it for all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, you have to build it to either deal out a lot of damage but be like a glass cannon, super fragile. You can build it to be super durable with Sharons and stuff like that, but then you're losing damage output. Like, there's different things. You could build it with Melanies and so on, but I think that would be a case where you could essentially craft it to kind of be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Where it would be kind of cool. Mew is the same thing. Like, because of the few, like, you could literally throw in Dialgas in there. I don't know who came up with that idea, but that just seems pretty neat.
No, like I think also that it would be interesting to see maybe, because, like, if you think about it for certain decks, like Arceus, it's like, oh, I'm playing against this type of deck. I will now tech in I will tech these cards in.
Mew Darkrai?
Oh, I was gonna... No, not Mew Darkrai. No.
The Fusion Strike energy counts as color, would count as dark.
No, because then we can go to like the stun options for side decking, and then that makes the
block,
game.
Snorlax. No, could you imagine? You invest. No. Like Infestation Dreepy.
Yeah.
Like the Mew player plays that. That would be sick. That'd be so. So I bring this up. So as we didn't do it. But we did have an idea to do a Poro tournament before the Poro tournament, post-rotation, before those tournament things started. We didn't do that, but something I pitched, similar to how we did a stream where we played with tokens, would you guys be down to play a tournament where we had a side deck?
I would 100% be down. There's no more yeses I could give. How much money are we putting in?
I would say 10.
Yeah,
I'd say normal tournament.
How much money am I leaving with? That's why I'm really asking.
So you would
I'd side deck the shit out of it.
So what would the rules be? So say 60, obviously.
So you side deck.
How many? 10. Right?
Best of one.
No,
I'm joking.
Gosh.
That'd be so funny. Yeah, we'll do a side deck. Best of one. Gotcha. But also, if you're playing against a lost box, you can side in clef key. You can put in clef keys, and so the lost box player goes, "Oh, they're playing clef key. I'm going to play Cologne."
Are we playing tokens?
Cross switcher.
Yeah.
No, I think try
just
one at a time.
Yeah, one gimmick at a time.
No, we changed the entire game and created a completely new format.
Yeah.
If we did do this, we would have to write out deck lists.
And we would have to come up with a ban list.
No ban list.
No, I want it. No.
We test it and then we'd come out with the ban list.
Yes, sure. There we go.
And then we go, this was way too powerful. What was it? Something so stupid.
You guys, we're gonna tell you all about this on the next stream.
Yeah.
I think I'm down for this stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
100%.
We try with everyone.
Ryan pitch. Successful.
we could give it a shot. I'd be down.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
But speaking of trying new things, over the past couple of weeks, we've had our pre-releases.
Yep.
For everything.
Nice transition.
Yep,
thank you. We've been collecting all of the new cards from Scarlet and Violet. We built many of the decks already.
I think all of them.
Yeah, and
We have a majority of them.
I mean, we have Guardy, we have Miraidon,
We have
Reggie,
Oinkalone.
we have Oinkalone.
Reggie.
Or not Reggie.
Who invited this guy?
My
Right.
bad. The Miraidon, we have Oinkalone.
All the lost boxes.
Yeah, we switched. Yeah, we put
Every
all the
lost box under the sun. I don't think we have a single lost box list that is the exact same 60.
Yeah, I have like 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. Oh, and then Mew, because Mew is still
We have
disgusting.
double turbo, to be clear. Lugia. We have Lugia
Yep.
built.
Yeah, we have
rotation.
Lugia built.
So far we have Lilligant.
That is true.
Shut up.
Yeah, we have Lilligant.
We have Lilligant.
We have an Arceus decks built.
Yep, an Arceus deck.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, so we have all these decks built. What has been what's your guys' take, your experience so far, playing the new format with the new cards? Favorite part of it so far and worst part of it so far. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm so glad I get to play Lost or Silver Tempest with 0.5 again. This time with new cards such as Gardevoir EX, that loses the Lost Box. Miraidon EX, that if they don't play Klefki, loses the Lost Box. Oinkalone EX, which is bad. These great new cards will be introduced in the new set, Lost Origin 2.0. You should pick up a box copy of Lost Origin and pull your favorite cards. Sableye, Comfy, Chorus's Experiment, Tina if you're feeling a little fruity on the night. Thank you and welcome to my TED Talk. I hate it here. T, what do you think about this new format?
Hold on, really quick. So, I know that sitting here and going through a lot of it, we've already knew that Lost Box was still going to be the dominant force.
Yeah.
Especially now with Lugia having to take a step back. It sounds like you're not very excited for it. But has there been anything that you've liked so far about it?
T, would you like to go next?
That bad, huh?
All right.
I mean, let's think about it. So Lugia now has to play Single Strike, so it's literally instead
And Fusion Strike.
Single Strike.
Shout out to Soren.
So it plays Single Strike. Occasionally it plays Fusion Strike Mons to do Meloetta and Deoxys stuff.
Yeah.
Primarily it uses things such as Stonejourner and Tyranitar. I like Yveltal because it's a 1-prizer that can trade up into 3-prizers such as Mew, but it's whatever. The issue is that Lugia's hit a lot more. It feels way less consistent because you don't have broken cards like Quick Ball. Instead you have like Nest Ball, which is good, but it's not as broken like for that deck as Quick and Ultra, and also you don't have Evo. So literally your cards are now just like, you have to play Capturing Aroma, you have to play your stadium is either the Single Strike Tower, which is nice, or you have to play Mazanoza, which is another play roulette card.
That card sucks.
It does suck,
Yeah.
but literally I've seen that is actually the more popular stadium
For the Lugia decks, right?
for Lugia decks, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mew is still Mew. You literally, if you bring it to tournaments, you have to mentally be like, I'm going to play against Drapion every round, and if I lose, it's because they had Drapion.
I don't know.
You just be better than them.
Yeah, exactly. It like Lugia. I mean, Mew feels like the most skillful deck, which is very funny to think about. White people be like,
white people do be like that.
Lugia players do be like, I will not be able to get my thing off, and therefore I will lose the game. True. All right, so we talked about Lugia, Miraidon. I don't know. It feels like
I
the
haven't
most.
played it.
Do you want me to go in? I'll go in. I'll go in on all of them.
What?
Lugia is trash. Please don't.
It's mid. It's super. It's literally You know what? It's the most casino deck. It is. You play dice. You roll everything. You're like, you know what?
What is it? Aroma candle?
Yeah.
Lugia is the
Capture
fourth.
and Aroma.
Lugia is the fourth best deck, and 2 and 3 are toss-ups between 5 other decks.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
The best deck is arguably a Lost Box variant.
No. I said number 2 and 3.
Okay.
Lugia is 4.
So
Lost Box
Mew's
is
2.
100% number 1.
What's your 3?
No. I said 2 and 3 are a toss-up between 5 other decks. I would pick
Okay.
5 other decks before I pick Lugia.
Okay.
I'd pick Miraidon over Lugia. I would pick
hell
that Arceus Gallade deck trash that you showed me.
Really?
Duraludon sounds better.
Lilligant?
Duraludon.
Oinkalon.
Okay, but like actually, Duraludon is bad. Don't play Duraludon unless you're me, who's huffing copium, hoping to hit every single Lugia player.
Miraidon.
He's bad.
Yeah, yes, Miraidon is bad.
It's so bad.
Gardevoir loses to Lost Box, but I would still play that over Lugia.
It's like literally Lugia's game plan now for Lost Box is now just literally playing mill the deck.
Yeah.
So
it's hope and pray.
It's literally Tyranitar. You go Tyranitar. Not only do you have to get all your stuff, and you have to pray. You have to go Tyranitar, swing, trying to mill them to death.
I think my actual. So I'll be for real now. I think my actual issue with Lugia is not only does it not have like
any of the consistency that it used to.
It doesn't have any of the consistency. It doesn't have a super favorable matchup against anything, honestly, except Mew. I will give it Mew because it has 3 dark attackers. That's pretty nice into a matchup that's weak to dark. And Guardy. It has a decent Guardy matchup, I think, if you set up. But other than that, I don't see it beating anything else. Even like the bad stuff, because I think Miraidon is absolutely awful.
I think Miraidon loses the Lugia though.
Huh?
I think Miraidon loses the Lugia. That's how bad Miraidon
Well, doesn't
is.
the Stonejourner pretty much
the Stonejourner
take
literally
care of everything?
solos literally the whole match.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it does. You play 2 Stonejourner, you go knockout first Miraidon.
From the testing I've seen, I haven't seen it beat Miraidon once. So,
all right, man.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, I don't get it.
Who was playing Lugia?
Huh?
Who was playing Lugia?
I'm not gonna out nobody.
Out them.
Freaking Luis.
I was like, I'm not gonna out nobody. But from what I've seen, I don't see it beating Miraidon. I barely see it beating Lost Box. It's like a lot of luck.
I don't see how it does beat Lost Box on a consistent basis.
Exactly.
For Lugia?
Yeah.
Yes.
It has to. It literally has to.
It has to pray.
Mill. It has to mill and pray. It literally is a.
You're gonna start seeing freaking Lugia decks play Durant.
Oh God.
No, get your face out.
Yeah, please
stop that. Stop that with your face.
For Miraidon, I also don't like the deck.
I don't like it either.
It just feels like everything is underpowered.
What?
If that makes sense.
It feels like everything's fair.
That's how I feel about Bayonet.
Except Lost Box.
No. I'm saying Miraidon feels fair.
No,
and that's why.
Yeah,
and that's why it's
saying.
bad.
I feel like everything is fair at this point, minus Lost Box, and I think that's why I just have a hard time liking anything. Now, mind you, I have enjoyed playing Gardevoir. I have conceded to the fact that Gardevoir gets destroyed by Lost Box.
He's like, I wake up it's like, you know how T's like, I wake up every morning, I still lose the lost box.
Yep.
But you know what? I've accepted the fact that I'm just going to dodge it in bracket.
Yep.
I'm never going to see it.
I'm just waiting for the point where the meta shifts enough to where everyone's trying to counter lost box, and then, all right, look, I'm playing Gardevoir. We're having fun. We're taking things out.
He's like, I'm waiting for the point where the meta evolves to counter lost box. My brother in Christ, how?
No, that's actually
the issue is that literally now the only way to counter Lost Box is literally playing playing Judge Path and hoping they brick.
Judge Path and heal cards,
which is literally the most like yeah. Hey, what heal card?
You're right.
Well, that's what I was talking about with it. So, Lost Box, I played Lost Box all throughout, Sword and Shield, or when it dropped since then. Just because I never wanted to play Lugia because I'm weird and I like to play against the meta. Yeah. But like now coming into it, no, I can definitely see how overpowered it is. Yeah. And I love it because, like I said, I've been playing it for a long time. I never purchased any Lugia cards. I never put together a deck. I still don't plan to. And it's kind of nice for me. But I just don't see how you really stop it. Like they came out with the Klefki. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I still feel like that's not good enough to stop it. Yeah, like with escape ropes and things like that. You have Bayonet, but I tested against Soren with his Bayonet Shadow Rider box. Yeah, and it just didn't stand a chance.
So, quick question: is Portland the first tournament?
Yeah,
I thought EUIC is the first.
EUIC. All right, that's when we actually got to determine if Klefki's come in.
Right.
Because that tournament will be literally the first one. And if Lost Box literally dominates, then it's going to be like, okay, well, now we just all play Klefki's.
Yeah. And that's the thing. How do you stop it outside of playing the Klefki's? And even then, Klefki's not doing enough damage to really stop you from being able to do what you need to do.
That's what I say is that for Miraidon, it's...
I got it. What Japan has done is play like more hand disruption cards along with... Hold on.
Pizza. I got you.
Okay. So, what Japan has done...
All right, come back in here.
Yeah. So what Japan has done is play, heavier judge counts because at first in the beginning of the format they were playing like one judge, one Roxanne. Now you see lists, if you like look at any of the regional lists, any deck that's not Lost Box is playing like 3-4 judge and Roxanne.
It sucks though. It's like
100%.
Like imagine like that was kind of the issue with Mew, is that it was just literally like, oh well, it's just Path and it's like literally like, okay, how do you beat Mew? Oh, yeah. Path and Price Smile, and it's like, do you really want to play against it? Like,
and now that's what Mew's become.
But Mew does it like where they set up, they do their thing, and then they path.
Yeah.
Which is like, and like sometimes it's just like, well, I fucking lose because it's just
it's just endlessly better than every other deck. I've seen like a bunch of tier lists, and I've seen people put Mew at like tier 2, and I think aside from Lost Box, I think Mew's the best deck, and I even think Mew is a decent Lost Box matchup if you could just play it right.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
So here's the question that I have, since we have tested out so much over the past few weeks. What version of Lost Box is your favorite?
I'm never not gonna say the dark one. I don't know why I've been testing this Zapdos, Drapion, Raikou, Chronic BS.
I think that one is like it's so bad. It feels so bad to play because it's just like it's like so many bricks, and like if you open like any of those in a mirror match, you're just like, I love it.
Yeah,
I love playing this deck.
I also have just never been a fan of like Sky Seal Stone. Because personally,
true facts.
Me personally,
that's me when I see a Sky Seal Stone. I go, woo!
I've never been a fan of like win more cards, and that's in like any card game. Like if I'm playing a card that lets me take an extra prize, it could just have been a consistency card, because Sky Seal Stone, you're only going to use it in what matchup? Mew.
That's not true. You can also play it in Lugia.
You can also play it in Lugia, but again, I don't expect to see that many Lugia, and you already beat that matchup.
T's like, you don't play these win more cards what's it called? ADP players in shambles after hearing this.
Right?
You don't understand. We gotta take our extra prize. Our honest prize deck.
That's different because that was ADP's win condition.
ADP win.
Yeah. But, I mean, you were doing that on single prizers and everything else. So, I mean, it kind of... Like, this one is a specific situation where ADP is like, oh, if I can knock it out, I'm taking an extra prize. This is
I'm joking.
He's cheesing.
Like, I'm making...
But, I mean, so, for me, I kind of agree with you. I've tried out a lot of different versions of Lost Box so far. We built Bayneck EX Lost Box. Which
I like it.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I built Koraidon Lost Box. I did Porotina. I've seen people play the Sky Sealstone version, and I think I still kind of lean back towards...
People started hopping on Dark Box. I'm so happy.
All I'm saying is that I
think Dark Box is still...
I expect that what'd you say, the IC?
Yeah.
I expect the IC, the most popular deck, to be Tina still.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I expect it because it's similar to what would happen in Japan. And I don't think people actually pay attention to that stuff.
I think people do. I think we see a lot of content on it now.
But do you think, like, in the beginning of... Because I haven't really been a part of anything this big with the rotation and everything like that.
Oh, this is your first rotation.
Like, this is my first big one. I remember them getting rid of all the tag teams and stuff, but I wasn't, like, involved enough to really notice the difference.
Yeah.
Outside of, like, oh, we can't play those cards anymore. But now, kind of understanding things a little bit better... When something like this happens, do you notice people trying to push almost like an agenda, like, oh, I like Tina and I want Tina to work, so this is the first tournament with the new set. We're going to go ahead and play more Tina?
That always happens.
I was like, that always happens, but I think for this in particular, since we've seen a lot of results from Japan, like to begin with, where Tina was on top, and now Tina is just kind of like on the outside looking in, I think it'd be really hard to sway other players.
Maybe.
Because they could see the results themselves. Because back then, we didn't have Limitless.
Yeah.
Like, to see all the tournament results. So we wouldn't have had anything like this to just, like, see what everyone's playing. Yeah.
See, and this is the thing for me where I sit there and I like Tina. I think it has really good matchups against a lot of decks, especially post-rotation. I built mine, and the only person that I've lost to so far is China with it, and everybody else I've been able to win. But I don't know, man. Like, I play it, and there are times where I definitely understand. I think Ryan was the one that said this, is when you add two prizers into Lost Box, it starts making it super clunky for some reason.
Yeah.
And you can get rid of them. You can ditch them and things like that into the Lost Zone. But just from the consistency and the flow of the deck, it just feels way more clunky than what you would see from other things.
Because you're playing less upstarts. If you think about it, Comfy is upstart, and if you... Actually, Comfy is trekking shoes.
Yeah.
And so you're basically saying, I'm going to play more cards that are bombs in my deck.
Yeah.
To clarify, a bomb is a brick, usually.
Well,
like something you don't want to see, like... You want to see at certain points of the deck. So, like, Mirage Gate is a bomb because you don't want to see it at the beginning. You want to see it towards the mid and late game. Other stuff would include, like, Energy Recycler, where you just have to sit there and be like, I love opening it.
Yep.
I love opening Energy Recycler.
So, but this is the funny thing is, I actually don't mind opening certain things like that because I know it's in my hand and I can get rid of it later.
Yeah.
Without having to guess and go, oh man, I don't know if I have the other recycler in my deck or is it prized and things like that. So, I kind of see it. I think for me, a lot of it really comes down to what you said in the beginning is I want to get set up. And sometimes when I get stuck with the Vs and things like that I don't want to play down at that time, that's when it becomes super clunky. Even for Tina, like there's times where I play the mirror and I started Tina, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So freaking bad. But
yeah, because literally you're.
So
I think also the bad thing about Lost Box, especially like, and to go back to best of one for a minute, why I don't like it is because like literally. Especially for Lost Box, if you're doing the mirror, going first is like such a feels fucking bad, man.
Yeah.
Because you literally like, yay, I lose the first prize.
Yeah, you just concede the first prize at that point, unless they brick.
Which is like, so,
yeah.
I mean, it does happen.
It happens, but
like...
More times than not, you don't want to.
I think that was so funny. I think you were talking to me, T, and you were like, "Oh no, getting 4 going second. That doesn't happen that often.
It does.
Now it happens.
Yeah.
It still happens so.
I think
I was like, now that we've built the deck better, we've had more time with it. Yeah.
I think for me, when I play the deck, you might as well just, if I'm going first and you're going second and you're playing Lost Box, just take 4 cards and put them in the Lost Zone. Just take them off the top of your deck and just throw them in there. It's already going to happen. What'd you start? 1 Comfy and nothing else? Or you're going to get the 4 in there? So back to what I was saying. So
wait, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why do you think Japan likes Charizard so much?
Because they're bad.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, good take, Rodriguez.
But also because it's best of ones.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm getting at.
But that's what the thing. Charizard's like mid to late game in Lost Box. You're not swinging early with it.
Yeah, but you can map out a game.
You still can do that. But I'm still saying, at the end of the day, like, you would think that Greninja, who could take multiple prizes during a game, would be better than Charizard, but yet they still
There's no Manaphy for your Charizard.
I'm not saying...
And you got to remember, at the beginning of the format, they were playing double Manaphy.
That's hot.
I still see some lists that are playing double.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, if you're just trying to avoid something being heavily countered, alright, Charizard. Ding.
Yeah,
but also, they were playing Charizard in the beginning of the format because Giratina was the best deck.
Yeah,
Air quotes.
Yeah, but Tina, even if Tina's the most popular deck, Charizard isn't as good as Greninja into those matchups.
Does Charizard not take you 2 prizes against the Giratina?
That's fair.
Charizard in a belt, that's 280.
So quick question.
Doesn't Greninja take 2 on
Not
Coffee?
if they're playing double Manaphy.
Hey, that's why I gotta hit you guys with the new technology. That being, we play Lost City in our Lost Box deck so we can kill the Manaphy so we never have to see it for the rest
then
of
we
the game.
lose ours the next turn.
Right?
Nah, they'll never do it.
So where do you, going back to the original question, where do you rank all of the Lost Boxes?
Where do I rank all of the Lost Boxes?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, that's the thing right now.
Tier list time.
Because you have top tier, which is Lost Box. I think that's not debatable. Objectively, Lost Box is the best deck in the new format.
Yes.
And we get the
but
problem.
there's like, there's so many new Lost Box variants.
You can literally throw anything into the deck and it's Lost Box.
It works.
Huh? Yes.
No. Shut up.
No. You can make it
work.
work.
Come on, man.
You can make it work.
Come on, man. It works. I swear. Oh, God.
No. So
For real, though.
if we go Lost Zone Toolbox without Vs or EXs would probably be the number 1 in my opinion.
I agree.
Just because if it plays the so-called mirror, then they have more bricks in their deck than you do in yours.
And more liabilities.
Yeah. Those are what I'm calling the bricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because now they have to avoid getting 2 prizers put on board. They've been playing Echoing Horn in the list in Japan, so now
That's actually cute.
if you happen to like get a 2 prizer dropped, it's getting picked back up and dinged again, and you're taking 2 prizes off that. Then next, I would say Giratina, in my opinion.
You think Tina is the next one?
Yeah,
Over the other, I think over the other V ones.
Yeah,
Really?
Because none of them are hitting hard enough.
I think the fact that Tina is probably one of the other best decks to utilize Mirage Gate, on top of having an attack that just says, I have 10 cards in the Lost Zone, kill something, I think is absurd.
I agree.
For you to set that up. You can boss, bring up something dead, and then you still have your charged attack for 280 the following turn that your opponent has to play around. I think is enough to put it in that tier.
That's fair.
I agree.
I think personally, I think the V one will be the one that wins the most tournaments, though. I think the normal one and the V one with the Sky Sealstone will be the ones that win the most tournaments.
I think the normal one will win the most.
I agree. I could see. I mean, but here's the thing: is like, what is the normal one?
The normal one doesn't play 2 prizers. That's it.
Is that what determines the
that is
one?
that is your only requirement. You are not playing 2 prizers.
So are we talking about the Zamazenta Retaliate one?
At most, you are playing 1,
Yeah.
and that 1 being Drapion.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even then that's...
And even then, that's a stretch.
And you're not playing that, like, unless you're playing Mew.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless
Or you start it.
Or you start it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a reason why.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So, where do you put? Because this is the thing. I agree with it. I played AJ with my Tina Lost Box against his Sky Steelstone, and it was a pretty easy matchup against that.
Yeah.
I played him with the Koraidon in mine, and that one also was a pretty nice one because I was able to take out the Raikou and all of them pretty simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the 2 prizer one. I agree with you. I think the single prize pure Lost Box, then the Tina, then probably the Sky Steel, and then maybe Charizard down there. And I mean, they're all so close. It's still like I can see either one winning, but it depends on, I guess, what they have to go through.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're talking about out of like attackers that I would choose when picking a regular Lost Box, I think just having, Cram, Ninja, Sableye, Snorlax, and Drapion as your attackers is
Did you say Moltres?
enough, in my opinion.
Well, I think it's like the skeleton. That's the skeleton, and then whatever.
I think my favorite added attacker is Baby Moltres, just because, one, it means you don't necessarily have to play Drapion, so you don't have to deal with a 2 prizer. It gives you a later game attacker because as your opponent takes prizes, it ramps up in damage.
If you lose it,
Yeah,
so
if you
you're not
lose it, you
losing
Clara
more.
it back with 2 dark energies to put down for the ability.
Plus, you can also Mirage Gate to it, so
Yeah.
it's literally even if you like.
Yep.
And
you're not losing 2 prizes when it gets knocked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think, one of the more handy attackers. Not saying that like Zamazenta isn't as good. I think it's just good in certain situations, because the way I like to play decks is I like to like hold my cards and put them down when I need to, and I feel like Zamazenta requires some setup because of its 3 energy requirement.
I mean, not really. You can go attach. It's similar to Greninja, if you think about it.
Kinda, but
more
times,
like you can Raihan Mirage Gate to it. You can Mirage Gate attach to it for turn.
Yeah,
It's hard to use, but it's not impossible. Is what I mean.
Yeah, so I actually like the Zamazenta in it. I think it's nice. I think the thing is you have to pick your poison though because you're so limited on space when it comes to energies and so on, that I think that's what makes it kind of challenging. But yeah, I mean I want to rebuild the Lost Box again and try a couple of different variations before we make up our mind.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people here sound like they're going to be playing some version of Lost Box when they go to Portland.
Yep.
Which is going to be pretty neat.
It makes the most sense.
I'm still really excited to play more Bennett.
I'm just excited to see Tim.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Tim.
I'm not going to meet
never
Tim.
met Tim.
And I'm not going to see him either.
You are going to see him. He's staying with us.
I'm not going to Portland.
Not going to Portland.
Oh, you're right. God dang it.
I know. Gosh dang it. But, yeah. I mean, ultimately, though, if we had to wrap up
Spice Game, man.
testing as a whole, I think testing has been gone really well. We've had a good amount of people coming to the lab to try out different things. I've even got to mess around with some dumb decks, but I think everything, if we're going off of honest opinion from what we've seen, Lost Box is just, it's the way to go if you want to win consistently.
I also would like to state in our testing, Gardevoir has been the most fun I've had playing the game in a really long time.
Really?
Regardless of it losing to Lost Box, I've just not tested against those as much because I just assume the position when the matchup comes up. But other than that, the deck can ramp up damage really fast. Gardevoir EX has a ridiculous ability. Brainwave Shining Arcana Gardevoir is a busted 1 prize attacker whom I didn't know could get any energy and attach it anywhere. It doesn't just have to be psychics. So I think that card is insane and should get played in more decks. Other than that, if you are not playing Lost Box, your Klefkis better be ready in droves.
If you're not playing Lost Box, you can suck my nuts. If you lose in the honest Lost Box, you can suck my nuts. Just kidding. Just kidding. Honest. Oh no.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Our testing has gone pretty efficiently, actually.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people come through the lab. We've had like 10 or so people, and just
have a lot of really good matches.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really good games. Shout out to Kevin, who was watching us on stream and watching me play Guardy as I was learning the deck.
Shout out, Kevin.
And
you're a real one.
You're a real one, for real.
Shout out to you.
But now that I've gotten like a lot of games in with Gardevoir, I feel really confident to say that it is probably like in that tier 1.5-ish range. It obviously has a bad matchup against the absolute best deck, but
I love Lost Box.
It's really good against.
I love waking up and playing Lost Box.
It's really good
going
into
to bed,
everything else. It feels decent against everything else. It's really fair. So, I like that. And just the wacky combos you can pull because you play Rare Candy, you play the Mirage Step Curlia, so you can cheat out things and do things other decks can't.
Yeah, that is actually, I saw that too. That was really cute.
Yeah, it's like I just really like that about the deck.
Well, who knows? Maybe it'll sneak through some stuff and go from there. Don't
worry, T. You'll dodge all the bad matchups.
Yeah.
I felt like Lugia was pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're kind of at the cusp of a new super oppressive deck.
Yeah.
That's just going to be...
But it's a super impressive deck that we've been playing already.
Yes, so I don't feel as bad about playing it.
And now we can't make any excuses about us getting carried by the deck.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I don't want to hear any excuses about being like, man, my deck's mid. Yeah, you guys are playing the best deck in format. Okay, I'm still hoping copium on that Duraludon pack. Okay.
You're the worst.
Oh yeah! Shout out to everybody. The match should be on the way.
No, the match should actually be
here.
Yeah,
they should have been here at 4. It said
Thursday.
And
by
now
the end of the day,
it's here.
There was a delay, but this is the thing. So, mats are coming in for everybody that pre-ordered it. Once again, we want to say thank you. We really appreciate everything that you do. You'll probably see your names come up on screen here in just a second. But yeah, it's just it means a whole lot to us. We were able to take the bulk of the money that you guys paid for the mats to start up the store, which will officially be launching on Friday
on stream
as well as we're going to be getting some dice as well. So there's just a lot of good things that are starting to happen, and I think this coinciding with the news about cups coming back.
Yep.
And so on. It's a really fun time to be a part of Pokemon TCG, and we're excited to go along this journey with everybody and really turn out for next. Go ahead.
Okay.
T wants to talk. I will not let him.
I feel like I should say this because Ant asked this question, and I feel like it's a very valid question because we do have a lot of newer players in the game.
I don't think it's a valid question.
But Ant didn't know what cups were. So for everyone that doesn't know what
no idea what a cup was.
Yeah. So for everybody that doesn't know what a league cup or league challenge is, a league challenge is basically just a local tournament, but it in the end rewards CP to top finishers based on the number of players that show up.
CP is competitive points.
Championship points.
My bad.
Even I knew that.
Well, I don't care. Okay, so, I'm going to Portland, and that's it. Okay.
Shut up.
League challenges are more so your general local level or general local area. So, like, say we went to Adventures or Elysium, and we're having
He said the line.
Yeah,
he said Adventures.
and we have a normal league. That day they could host a league cup. Because generally league cups are on league championships.
So wait.
Sorry. League challenges. Stop talking.
No, I was going to ask
you a question about it. League challenges
are
on normal league days more times than not. So, like, it doesn't just have to be a weekend. You can have a league challenge on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday late night over at USG.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Whereas league cups are mostly held on weekends because they usually get the higher player turnout, because the winner of a cup gets 50 points in CP, while the winner of a challenge gets 15. So there is a vast difference. Ryan, what was your question?
So here's my question. How often can you do a league challenge / league?
That's dirty.
Oh my God, bro. Yo!
What?
The scallop? What the scallops?
He
Okay.
Ant better put this deck.
Okay.
I'll put the deck up. Sorry.
For real though. Okay, quick comment that I'm going to make. It's fire.
I bet.
You just gotta remove the Armor Rouge and make it a Melanie and Raihan deck.
No.
What?
It's fire.
No. You get to play all the cards still. You just play Raihan and other stuff.
No, you Armor Rouge to the Delphox.
No, you can just use Magma Basin, Raihan / Melanie, and then attach a fire for a turn.
What if they didn't kill anything? Because those are all Vs.
You can go Melanie.
No.
Yeah, why not?
Because I want to play my fire cards.
I want to play
I
fire
want to
too.
play fire. Look,
Yeah.
look,
buildings.
It looks
all
like a
I'm
lot
saying.
of fun.
We have everything for it.
That's disgusting.
Okay. Besides one card.
really do.
Besides one card.
What card don't we
The
have?
Amber.
The Enamorous. Yeah,
That
the
instantly
Enamorous
went.
can go.
I went. Why?
Doesn't an Amorous protect it? Or
It protects all of your psychic Pokemon from effects if they
it's
have
not
energy.
psychic. It's all of them, I think.
I think it's it's only
It's
psychic.
anything with psychic energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then,
But no, that can still go.
get this up off the ox.
So, anyways, basically, league challenges, normal locals, but league challenges are best of ones.
Really?
Yeah, league challenges are best of ones. Unless your
crazy.
TO decides otherwise, league challenges are best of ones.
That's crazy.
So you would have to go in prepared, knowing that you are preparing for a best of one format, unless your TO has stated otherwise. Whereas league cups can either be best of ones into a top 8, because league cups all have top 8 or top 4 depending on the amount of players. You cannot get around that part. League challenge, you end at the end of Swiss, whereas league cups, you end Swiss and then head into a top 8 or top 4 bracket. Stop distracting me. And I lost my train of thought. God dang it, Ants.
Okay, so here's what so the cups. So there's two. There's the cups and the what was the other one?
Challenge.
And the challenge. The challenge is the big one, right?
No, the cup is the big
Okay,
one.
so the big. So when can you have a cup? Can you have a cup once a week?
No. So what Pokemon sent us is you can have. Actually, I can read this verbatim.
Okay. I was about to say close your eyes and stop getting distracted.
Why don't you read this verbatim?
I was like, I can read this verbatim.
Okay, go ahead.
Where are you? Play Pokemon. Oh, also Tom is returning.
Who's Tom?
Tom is our tournament operations manager, aka the software that we use to run tournaments. It is so much better than PEM. Thank you, Pokemon Company International, for bringing him back.
Thank you, Pokemon.
Sounds like an uncle you haven't seen in 50 years.
Basically.
I miss him, Tom.
Thank you, Pokemon. You're the best.
Thanks, guys. Please hire me on your team so I can fix the game.
All right.
Please don't.
Please, I would love that. That'd be so funny.
So.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think you wouldn't want?
Okay, here it goes. League Cup events may be held at select Pokemon League locations. Each location may hold one League Cup between April 14th and June 30th.
Which is Worlds, right?
No, because Worlds is in August.
Yeah, but don't you have to get all your points by then? Like they basically at that point are like, okay, you have enough points to enter Worlds.
No, because we still have NAIC in like July.
Yeah, but for locals. Like they have to get all the numbers. It makes sense. Like
yeah.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt too.
Yeah.
Just let me give the Pokemon Company credit.
We can hold one whole cup in between that time. So say
what?
Yeah, that's what it's stating. So
but you can have it. You
can go to multiple.
Yeah, no.
But as a store, we can have one.
But so challenges
in between that time.
Challenges can happen.
Happen. I think, from what I'm getting, it's either once or twice. I will neither confirm nor deny that because it hasn't stated. But cups are one between that time period. So, say Comic Command held a cup on the 14th of April, then we cannot hold a cup again this quarter, because Pokemon goes by quarters, and since we are close to, or we should be in the last quarter, we can only hold one. So Comic Command will hold one on the 14th, then Elysium can go and hold one a month later or something like that. So they will be spread out, and hopefully we can get enough in for the community here in Sacramento. I'm gonna try to work with everybody on that, but I'm really excited to have large local events back. You have no idea how
excited you are.
Unfun the game was without them, honestly. I mean, this is the whole reason why we started SPL to begin with, because we were missing these. And
I wasn't. I didn't even know what they were.
Yeah, he didn't know what they were. But like, for me, I needed something where I needed more players to come to locals, and I needed to beat more people. So,
well, at least you were able to get more people to go to locals.
Yeah. Hey. But no, it's really exciting to have them back, and for having Ant to experience them, having AJ, Ryan, Soren to experience all of these as well, because I hadn't seen them at any cups or challenges.
I'm super hyped about it.
So it's great for the community as a whole, and I'm really hyped.
I'm juiced.
Yeah,
boy.
All right, Ryan's not here, so I'm going to do our outro. Thank you for listening. I know it got a little chaotic towards the end, but thank you for listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit like and subscribe if you haven't, obviously. Check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/SPL livestream. Follow us on Twitter at
SPL_TCG.
Yes, and then also follow us on TikTok at
I think it's SPL. I gotta double check it with our guy. I'll put a little box.
All the links will be in the description. But yeah, go and follow us on social media. Like and follow all of our pages. Check out the live stream. Click a follow if you haven't. We just recently hit enough to get affiliate, so we're going to be doing that here pretty soon. So pretty juice for all the things we have to come. Mats are on the way. Dice are on the way. Registration for SPL Season 3
is on the way.
So just looking forward for more things to come. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening if you're listening to us on Spotify. And this is T, this is Ant, and Ryan in spirit.
We love you all.
See you at Locals.